Hey, this is Pete. This is the Born Blippy video series that I'll be working on. These are meant to be videos that are going to coincide with some of the releases that I'll be doing for a music project. Born Blippy is a musical alias that I'll be working under, and also a larger concept that I'll go into in a little bit. So Born Blippy is my brainchild. I originally am a native of the Midwest of the United States. I've lived around 6 different states, and now residing in beautiful Northern California in the Bay Area. I'm a longtime EDM fan since the 90s, early 90s, and also longtime home studio music producer. So you'll be hearing a lot of that EDM. I have composed and collaborated on over 40 projects, and those range from 100% original compositions to collaborations to remixes. I've also done some mix engineering, so want to share the best of that with you all through this channel. A good amount of those original productions and collaborations came under the Pleasure Box moniker, and I was half of a trance duo with a really good friend of mine, and we had dozens of live PAs around the Chicagoland area. That all culminated into a really exciting release on an indie dance label out of the UK, Heavy Rotation. We got some really good support from big name DJs, and from there we were able to attend a Winter Music Conference with that label, and we're really excited to take part in a label showcase with that live PA. EDM has moved more and more mainstream, either in part or in whole, and so I'm really excited to try to put my voice back into the larger conversation and help move its evolution forward. So Born Blippy's not just the alias, it's actually a larger musical concept. If you take a look at the logo, it is really a 2-word story, right? It's nothing, starting out on the right being empty, text being left justified. So starting from nothing, going into birth, born. And on the second line, it starts off with the underscore. So you've got separation, and from separation into blippy, right? And so what is blippiness? Blippiness is really inconsistency. It's unevenness. It is twists and turns. It is the unexpected. And so that's really the primeval kind of piece of life that everybody is constantly working with and dealing with. And one of the ways that people tend to work with and deal with that is through pattern recognition, right? And so that's kind of my whole take on music. It's one of the things that I love the most about EDM, in really all genres, is kind of that pattern recognition of your brain kind of translating and working on that song and putting your own take on it as you're listening to it. So that's really what I love about music and how I approach music. And I think it's a big piece of all music, but definitely a part of mine. So this series of videos is really meant to kind of unpack the tracks that I'm putting together and sharing, and being a little bit more upfront and transparent about what's going on in my mind with this concept and how this fits into each of these releases. So a lot of people probably will realize that this name, this moniker, does lean on Born Slippy. So Born Slippy is one of my favorite techno tracks. It was a huge inspiration to me when I had first heard it, and as is Underworld. And I highly recommend you check that techno track out if you haven't heard it before. So I'll put a link below if you get a chance to click there. It'll be worth it. All right, so let's talk about the music. It's all about telling stories. I love the storytelling concept through patterns and structures and textures. And again, that's what's pulled me into my favorite types of music and what I really find engaging about the EDM scene. A lot of times I'll be sticking to what the main elements of what I think are a great DJ set, taking people on that journey and having a starting point and evolution and then ending maybe someplace completely different. Just so much fun on that. So very much a journey, very much an adventure. And my music is inspired by really the breadth and depth of the EDM genres. You know, I can listen to so many and find great things about them. There's very few that I don't go back to and listen to more of. As for my specific influences that you'll probably be hearing from my releases, Brian Eno, Underworld, Orbital, John Digweed, LTJ Bookham, and absolutely love Aphex Twin and just his twist on how electronic music can be done. I'd also love to hear your take on things. What does it sound like to you? Maybe there's some artists I haven't heard of that it sounds a lot like. That'd be a really cool opportunity for me. I'm currently working on finishing the existing catalog that I've got, but also working on a diversity of new tracks to mix into this as well. So probably we'll see some of the existing catalog out first, and then we'll be working some of the newer stuff into it. Maybe we'll get more new stuff into the mix as we go. We'll feel it out and see what happens. Currently I have 3 tracks out for release on all the primary streaming platforms, but you can also download for purchase, name your price, at bornblippy.com. I'll have links below to all those artist pages, and you can explore where you like. Green Venus, which is a nice, warm, ambient, moody track, very lush vibe. The second is going to be my first drum and bass track. That is EMS. That has a nice, frantic kind of feel, definitely moving forward. And the third track that I've released already is called Void Transit. Long song, but I was pretty excited and proud of myself to achieve that when I did. I've got 2 releases coming up. Whispers and Drones is number 4, adventure for me to put together, so I'm pretty excited about that. In December, number 5 will be my most ambitious drum and bass track that I've put together, Godhead Dub, and I'm looking forward to start digging in on that pretty soon and sharing with you the journey to get that put together and finalized. It's really been an amazing experience to kind of open up this time capsule and see these projects that I've worked on in the past, and to be able to finish them up now in a way that I always dreamt of. And then the ability to share them is so much easier. So I look forward to sharing them, hearing the feedback. If this is cool, love to have you along for the journey. If you'd like to hear something a little different, let me know that too. Until next time, stay creative and take care.